everybody, and welcome to yet another wonderful session on your favorite YouTube channel, Bhanzu. And here we are with yet another video. I hope all of you had a blast of a day. So today we're going to start off with grade 7th. Grade 8th we have already started off yesterday. So today we're going to start off with grade 7. So if you are someone who is recently gone to grade 7, this video is for you. Do let me know in the live chat right now which grade are you from, where are you from. Also share this video with all your friends and make sure that they know about this amazing YouTube channel catering to their math subject. So this is your educator Haripriya, and let us get started with this session then. So today I'm going to start off with the first very chapter of what? Integers, right? So today is introduction to integers, where I will be talking about how to add and subtract integers, how to mainly how to add and subtract integers, because a lot of my students have this confusion कि यार addition कब करे या subtraction कब करे, what to do when you have what do you call it, two positive numbers, two negative numbers, yeah, one positive, one negative. What am I going to do, right? So just give me 1 minute here. All right. So yes, so today's topic is going to be introduction to integers. So do not forget to like this video if you haven't liked this video yet. Subscribe to the channel right now and hit the bell icon, because only when you hit on the bell icon is when you can know whenever we post any videos. All right, so in this session we're going to learn about integers, how to add integers and the properties of addition of integers, how to subtract integers, and properties of subtraction of integers, right? So let us get started with the first one, introduction to integers. What is the basic definition, guys? Integers is a collection of positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0. So when you place these integers on the number line, all the positive numbers are to the right side of 0 and all the negative numbers are to the left side of 0, 0 being neutral. It's neither positive nor negative. So that's why when I spoke about the definition of an integer, I said it is a collection of positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0, because 0 is not counted in set of positive numbers, or it is not counted, nor it is counted in the set of negative numbers, right? Now let's dive into the topic of addition of integers. Now how to add integers when both the numbers are positive, when both the numbers are negative. All right, so guys, this is the trick I teach everywhere and all my students find it just easy peasy. So I hope this also would be working for you. This trick would work for you here as well. So what you have to do is plus 3 plus of plus 5. So both of them are negative. So they are having the same sign. Please remember, whenever there is a question on addition and subtraction of integers, forget about what they ask you to do. They can say subtract, they can say addition, but forget about that. Just check if the two numbers are of the same sign or not. If they are of the same sign, then you add them. 5 plus 3 is 8. Since both of them are positive, the answer also will be positive. All right. Now what happens here? Minus 3, minus 5. Both of them are again having the same sign. So what is that you have to do? First open the brackets. Whenever you see brackets, first open your brackets here. So you have minus 3 plus of minus will give you minus 5. Both of them are negative. So what will you do? Since they are having the same sign, you add them. 5 plus 3 will give you 8. And since both of them are negative, the answer is also a negative number. Now what will happen if one is positive, one is negative? So the first step always is to open the brackets. So here you'll have minus 3 plus of plus will give you plus 5. So one is negative, one is positive. They are having different symbols, different signs. Though I said you have to add these integers, but if they are having different signs, please remember you will have to subtract them. So 5 minus 3 will give you 2. Now will it be plus 2 or minus 2? That's the question. So now 5 is greater than 3. So the sign in front of 5 will go to the answer. So it is plus 2. Let's take up the second case also. One is positive, one is negative. But first open the brackets. So you have plus 3 plus of minus 5. So one is positive, the other is negative. They are having different symbols, different signs. So what do you do here when they have different signs? You subtract them. 5 minus 3 will give you 2 again. Very good. But will it be plus 2 or minus 2? As you can see, the number 5 is greater than 3. So the sign in front of 5 will go to the answer. What is the sign in front of 5? Minus. So that's why it is minus 2. Though I asked you guys to add the integers, what did we end up doing? We ended up subtracting them. So that is why, please remember, first open the brackets. Next, check if they are of the same sign or different sign. If they are of the same sign, you add them. If they are of the different sign, you subtract them. And then, depending upon the sign, if both of them are positive, like in this case, both of them were positive, the answer is also a positive number. Here, both of them are negative, the answer is also a negative number. The confusion arises when you have one positive, one negative, right? So here, one positive, one negative. So how do we decide on the answer ka sign here? You have to check which number, the sign in front of which number is bigger, and the sign in front of that number will go to the answer. So here 5 is bigger, so that's why the sign in front of 5 went to the answer, plus 2. Here again 5 is greater than 3. The sign in front of 5 will go to the answer, that's why minus 2. Alright, so forget about what exactly they are asking. Addition, subtraction, forget about that. Just concentrate on these steps. Opening the brackets, checking if they are of the same sign or different sign, and then proceeding to whether you have to add them or subtract them, and then the sign of the final answer. Alright, let's take up a question here. Minus 9 plus of plus 4 plus of minus 6 plus of plus 3. What is the first step we are going to do? Exactly, opening up the brackets. So you have minus 9 plus of plus 4 plus of minus 6 plus of plus 3. Now what will we do? We will take up all the negative signs together, all the positive signs together. So here you have minus 9, minus 6, plus 4, plus 3. Now here they are of the same sign. So what do we do if they have the same sign? We have to add them. So 9 plus 6 will give you 15. But since both of them are negative, the answer will also be a negative integer, right? Now what happens here? Both of them are again having the same sign, which is positive. So what do? You add them. 4 plus 3 will give you 7. Now you have one positive and one negative. You have minus 15, which is a negative number, and plus 7, which is a positive number. Now what do? We have to subtract. Why? As I said, whenever you are having a different sign, you will have to go for subtracting of integers. So 15 minus 7 will give you 8. But will it be plus 8 or minus 8? Depends upon which number is greater. 15 is greater than 7. So that's why the sign in front of 15 will go to the answer. Alright, this is how you will have to add them. Now this one, I want you guys to take it down as a homework and put it in the comment section. Let me see how many of you will get this right. And now let's move on with subtraction of integers. Will the rules change? They will definitely not. So what is step number 1? open up the bracket. So you have plus 3 plus minus of plus will give you minus 5. 1 is positive, 1 is negative. So what do? They are of different signs. So we will subtract them. So 5 minus 3 will give you 2. Now the sign in front of 5 is minus. So the answer is minus 2. Why did we choose 5? Because 5 is greater than 3. That's why the sign in front of 5 will go to the answer. So the answer is minus 2. Now here open the brackets. Minus 3 minus of minus plus 5. So again 1 is negative, 1 is positive. They are of different signs. What do? We subtract them. 5 minus 3 is 2. But 5 is greater than 3. So the sign in front of 5 will go to the answer. So the answer is plus 2. Next scenario. Again, same drill guys. Open the bracket. Minus 3 minus of plus minus 5. Both of them are negative. You add them. Since both of them are negative, why did we add them again? Because they have the same sign. So you add them. Since both of them are negative, the answer also will be a negative number. Alright. Now, plus 3 minus of minus will give you plus 5. Again, both of them are having the same sign. So, what do? We add them. Since both of them are positive, the answer also will be a positive number. Alright. Any doubts here, guys? Any doubts? Any doubts? If you haven't liked the video yet, do like the video and do let me know if you find this trick of adding and subtracting integers an easy one. Alright. Now what do? We open the brackets again. Forget about what they are asking. Subtraction, addition, forget about that. The first thing you have to do, open up the brackets. So here you have minus 32, minus 14, minus 7. I have opened the brackets, minus of plus, minus, minus of plus, minus. Now all of them are having the same sign. So what do here? We will simply add them. 32, 14 and 7. Alright. So this is how we are going to add them. So what is that we have here? 40, 42, 46 plus 53. If you're wondering how did I do this so quickly, do book our demo classes and learn hashtag the Bhanzu's way of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division and a lot of other concepts in mathematics. Alright. Just a minute. Guys, any doubts you have, you can always put it in the comment section. Alright. Okay. Now, so the answer is 53, but all of them are negative. So the answer is minus 53 since all of them are negative. Now similarly, I want you guys to take this in the as a homework and the answer, put it down in the comment section. I will definitely reply back to all the correct answers. Alright. So if you want to do addition like how I did here, I have done it within seconds. And there's no carry forward. There's nothing that I did. I just did 30, 40, 42, 46 plus 7, 53. There you go. You got the answer. If you also want to learn this method of addition, which is called as hashtag the Bhanzu's method, the Bhanzu's way, do book a free demo class. The link is in the description box. All you have to do is just register, verify your number, and you will be getting a call. And then they will suggest whatever date you're comfortable with. They will go ahead and book your calendar for a absolutely free demo, guys. Really absolutely free demo. All right. Now we're moving to the second part here. Second part of the session where we are going to talk about the properties of addition and subtraction of integers. All right. So now, under the properties, we'll be talking about closure, commutative, associative and additive identity. Starting off with properties of addition of integers. Okay? The first one is again closure property. Now, what does closure property say? Let me tell you. Now, what is closure? Closed. So, in this closed space, if you take two integers and you perform an operation between them. Okay, in this closed space, you take two integers and you perform an operation between them. When I say operation, it can be adding those integers, subtracting those integers, multiplying or dividing those integers. You should again get an integer. You should again get back an integer which is there in this closed space. Okay, in this closed space, what do we have? We only have integers. So randomly pick two integers and you operate between them. You should again get someone from this closed space which is integers. That is our closure property. है ना? So now closure property for addition of integers. Matlab, if I take two integers and if I add them, will I get back an integer? The answer is absolutely yes. So for any two integers a and b, if you add them, the answer is also an integer. You take two positive integers, two negative integers, one positive, one negative. The answer is always an integer. So what can we say? Integers are closed under addition. When I add two integers, they are closed. Integers are closed. Why? Because you're not getting any other number. You're always getting an integer. You're not getting a fraction, are you? You're never getting a fraction when you're adding two integers. You're always getting an integer. The next one is commutative property. Commutative property says if I take any two integers, the order in which I add them does not matter. If I take a as 5 and b as -4, our a plus b would be the same as b plus a. 5 plus of -4 is the same as -4 plus 5. You will end up getting the same answer. So that is your commutative property. So addition is commutative for integers. Then you have associative property. In commutative, you have only two friends. You can only do two integers here. But in associative, you can take three integers and add them in any manner you want to. I can add b and c first and then I'll add it with a. Or I will add a and b first and then add c to it. The answer is not going to change. For example, I am going to take my a as -5, b as 4 and c as 3. Alright. So in the first case, I am adding my b and c, which is 4 and 3 first, and then I am taking -5. -5 plus 7. So the answer is plus 2. Now what am I doing in the second case? I am adding a and b first. I am adding -5 plus 4 and then I am adding 3 to it, and I am still ending up getting the same answer, which is plus 2. So the moral of the story here is the order in which you add integers does not matter. You do a plus b first and then add your c. Your b plus c first and then add your a. Or you can add a and c first and then add your b. The answer will not change, right? For addition of integers. So addition is associative for integers. Now what about subtractions? Do they also behave in the same manner as addition of integers? Let's have a look. So the first one again is closure property. Again, let's go back here. Now in this closed space, from this, there are only integers in this closed space. Okay, I am picking two integers and I am going to subtract them. So the answer that you're getting, are you again always getting an integer? Of course, yes. So you take any two integers, both positive, both negative, one positive, one negative, any of these cases you take, and when you operate on them, when you subtract them, you're again getting an integer, always. So what can we say? Integers are closed under subtraction. So integers are closed under addition. Integers are also closed under subtraction. Very good. Now what about commutative property? That is a thumbs down here. Why? Because when I take my a to be 5 and b to be -4, Now I'll do a minus b. So what am I getting here? 5 minus of minus 4. What did I say? Open up the bracket. 5 minus of minus will become plus 4. So the answer here would be 9. Now let me change the color. Alright. Now I have done a minus b. Now let me do b minus a. So what is b? Minus 4 minus what is a? Plus 5. So what am I going to do? Open up the bracket. Minus 4. What is minus of plus? Minus 5. Now both of them are having the same sign. You add them, and since both of them are negative, the answer is also negative. So the answer is minus 9. Now what happened here? A minus b is 9. B minus a is minus 9. Do you think 9 and minus 9 are the same? They are not. They are not the same. They are different. है ना? So what happened? Your a minus b is not the same as b minus a. You cannot subtract integers in any order you want to. You would not end up getting the answer. So moral of the story, subtraction is not commutative for integers. Addition is commutative, but subtraction is not commutative. Alright. Now what about closure then? What about associative property then? Of course, this will also not work. If commutative property is not working, where you only took 2 integers, even if you take 3 integers, 4 integers, or 5 integers, it will not work. है ना? So associative property also does not work. Subtraction is not associative for integers. The order in which they ask you to add, you have to follow that order. You cannot jumble them up. So if you have to suppose you have A, B and C. Now if I ask you to subtract them, so you do A minus B minus C. Okay, first you do A minus B, and then whatever answer you will be getting, you subtract C from it. Alright. Now, that does not happen. If I give you A and B and C, if I take B minus A minus C, I'll get a different answer altogether. Right? So, the order in which you subtract numbers, integers matter. Okay? So a subtraction is not commutative. Subtraction is not associative also. And then the last identity is additive identity. Now, if I take an integer and add 0 to it, I'm adding nothing to it. So, what will be the answer? The integer itself. Be it a negative integer or a positive integer, the answer will not change here. If you are taking a negative integer and add 0 to it, the identity of the integer is not changing. It remains the same. That's why 0 is called as additive identity. Why? Because when you add 0 to any number, the identity of the number remains the same. It does not change. The number can be a positive number or a negative number. So if we add 0 to any integer, it does not change the value of the integer. The identity of the integer remains the same. That's why 0 is called as additive identity. Alright, be it a positive number or a negative number. You take a number and add it to 0, or you take 0 and add to a number, the answer will not change. The answer is still going to be A, the number itself. Alright, now let's quickly fill in these blanks. Minus 53 plus what will again give you minus 53. So if I take 1 here, minus 53 plus 1 will give you minus 52, right? So with what should you add your minus 53 so that the answer remains the same? It's only possible when you take a 0, which is our hero. Alright, 15 plus 0 will give you 15, the same number. So please remember, 0 is the additive identity. A lot of my students get confused between inverse and identity. additive, you have identity, and you have inverse. Additive identity is 0, always. What is additive inverse? You take a number, the additive inverse would be the negative of a number for a positive number. For a negative number, it would be the positive of itself. So sorry. So if I tell you the additive inverse of 6 is minus 6. The additive inverse of minus 11 will give you plus 11. So please know the difference between an additive identity and additive inverse. Additive identity is always 0. That will not change. But additive inverse depends on what number you are asking. If I say additive inverse of plus 10, that will be minus 10. If I say the additive inverse of minus 42, that will become plus 42. Alright, so please know the difference between additive inverse and additive identity. Now let's quickly summarize the entire session. The first part we have learnt about how to add and subtract integers. Please follow the rules. First step, what do? Open the brackets. Check if they are of the same or a different sign. If they are of the same sign, you add them and retain the sign. If they are of different sign, you subtract them, and then whatever number is greater, the sign in front of that will go to the answer. And then properties of addition and subtraction. Closure property is followed by addition and subtraction. Tick, tick. Commutative property is followed by addition but is not followed by subtraction. Associative property is followed by addition but is not followed by subtraction. And then we spoke about additive identity. You take an integer, add it with 0, or you add 0 to an integer, the value will remain the same. The integer's value will not change. The identity will not change. Suppose you take minus 7 and add 0 to it, the answer is still minus 7. And then you have additive inverse. We have also studied that. Henna, what is additive inverse of a number? It is of the opposite sign. If I say A, the additive inverse is minus A. If I say B, then the additive, minus B, then the additive inverse is plus B. Please remember it like that. Alright. So there's a lot of difference between additive identity, which is 0. Additive inverse is the opposite sign of that number. In the next class, we are going to learn about something really new that you will learn in grade 7th. So, abhi tak whatever we did in this session, we have already done that in our previous grade, in grade 6th also, right? So, in grade 7th, we will be learning about the new operators, that is multiplication and division of integers. So, in the next session, we will be talking about multiplication of integers. So, please make sure that you are attending the session. We would be going live on this channel every day at 6 p.m. So, just subscribe to the channel, check out our community posts. We would be updating our timetable there and everything there. Alright, so do not forget to like this video, share this video with all the students of grade 6, 7th and 8th, because this channel we have started with the school curriculum and we are here to eradicate the math phobia and make maths an easy peasy subject for all of you. Alright. So on that note, thank you so much guys. You people were lovely, and if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section. Until then, thank you so much.